So I'm just gonna have to do this movie in two parts. It's too long to get all in one video. So anyway, here it goes. All right. So who's who? I guess that really is the bottom line, since they are the ones holding the whole world hostage and who most governments are listening to. I've got some pretty good information out there on who these people are. The who's who, CDC, and who our governments are listening to. Definitely in the US and Canada are listening to who is who. WHO, World Health Organization, who are they? Well, I just did a little bit of digging around and I kind of found some information that I think the world needs to see, so I'm hoping you'll share this with as many people as possible. We have to get the word out on what's going on. So I wanted to start this off just to show people sort of how I come across this information. So bear with me here for a little bit and I will go through a few things that sort of led me to this information. So you can maybe follow along yourself and maybe help get some answers from the World Health Organization, CDC, governments, whatever. I think this is some really, truly some information where some questions have to be answered. But anyway, I'll get right into it. I'm going to start off because with me, it started off with Freudian slips, of all things. Watching just a few presentations from the Prime Minister of Canada and also from Event 201. Now, I'm going to start off with the PM and a couple of his Freudian slips, which I think basically were Freudian slips, yes, but were they deliberate? I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. You can make your comments, leave them down below. And regardless, these words were said, and they're quite revealing. What I also find revealing about these Freudian slips is how they are corrected or not corrected. Prime Minister Trudeau, you'll see that he corrects his mistakes, and then I will show you one from segment 1 of Event 201 where she doesn't. And maybe we can look at a little bit of what the difference is. But anyway, we'll start there, and I'll start right with the Prime Minister. We'll bring him up here next. All right, so here's Justin Trudeau and a few of his little Freudian slips. So let's just go ahead and play this.
Wave in a rapid way will be because we are developing the tools that will also help us when those.
So right here he says help less instead of help us. Now we can give that to him, slip of the tongue, possibly. They sound a lot alike. But to make another one right afterwards, back to back, let's just play that and see.
Wavelets come forward in the coming years, in the coming months.
As these wavelets come in the coming years and months and years, they don't sound at all alike. This is definitely a deliberate drop. Definitely not a true Freudian slip. Now when we go into this next clip from Event 201, Anita Siros, here, the Master of Ceremonies, right in the first 5 minutes, she will make a Freudian slip here that she does not correct. Notice that Trudeau corrected his mistakes. Here, she will not. And it opens up some questions that, you know, you can, so what is she talking about? So anyway, let's just play this clip and we'll see what she says here.
There's also an online virtual event 201 exercise that's happening simultaneously. And for those of you online, and I understand there are hundreds of you, you will be seeing the same news videos and briefings as we do here in New York. But you will engage in your own online discussion in place of watching the discussions of the players here in the room. The topics and the topics and the pacing of the
Right there. So she made a mistake about players that she wanted to correct, but did not. Right there, that tells me something, that there's something to hide. Something that she didn't want to repeat because she thought that it would bring more attention to what she was trying to fix. Now, after watching this first 5 minutes in segment 1 of Event 201 here on Center for Health Security, this is where I got this clip. What do they got? What does it say here? COVID-19, the latest information from the CDC. So the CDC is involved in this Event 201. The World Health Organization is involved in this Event 201. And there's all kinds of other players that are involved in this Event 201. And I say players because that was the word that she used. That was the word that she used. So this sort of seemed to bother me, this players. So again, I'm just going to get into my next segment here. So just these few Freudian examples are what sort of led me down this road to the next bit of information that I found out. And we'll get into that here next. Okay, so I just want to play this clip one more time so that you can maybe see what I see. First of all, I understand if you follow this video right from the very beginning, you'll see that she explains who everybody is. But this online virtual event 201 that's going on, I'm not too clear about who these people are. They listen to the panel, they see what the panel is seeing, they see the same, they get the same scenarios as the panel here, but they deal with it in their own fashion. Now, that's really what really drove me to start digging some more into this Event 201, this game, this players. So then that's what will lead me to where I went to here next, and what I found. Anyway, we'll just play this clip and just listen to what she has to say.
There's also an online virtual event 201 exercise that's happening simultaneously. And for those of you online, and I understand there are hundreds of you, you will be seeing the same news videos and briefings as we do here in New York. But you will engage in your own online discussion in place of watching the discussions of the players here in the room. The topics and the topics and the pacing of the deliberations will be.
Okay, so that was her mistake. It is what it is, but this is where it started me down this road into finding out what is going on. I went to